In this video, we'll look at how to change the color of a car in Affinity. So to change the color of the car, first of all, let's make a selection of the blue portion or areas of the car. So let's zoom in first, and I'll be zooming in by holding down the command key and pressing the plus key to zoom in on Mac. And if you are using Windows, you can hold down the control key and press on the plus key to zoom in. And after zooming in, we have the clear picture of the car. Now navigate to the selection tool right here. I'll be using the selection brush tool. You can also use object selection tool or flood select tool, which is equivalent to magic wand tool in Photoshop. So let me select selection brush tool. After selecting the selection brush tool, I'll click and drag only at the areas where we want to apply the new color to, like so, of the car. And in this case, I'll be brushing on the blue areas only of the car, like so. And to subtract the areas that we don't want as a part of a selection, we can simply click on these areas. However, change the mode to subtract first in order to deselect or opt out the portion that we don't want in the as a part of the selection. So simply click here, and you can now see that our selection has been subtracted in this area which we don't want. However, for this video, I've already made a pre-selection, so I'll deselect the selection. And to deselect, I'll hold down the command key and press on D key to deselect. And if you are using the Windows, hold down the control key and press the D key and it will deselect. Now, to load the selection which I have made prior, I'll simply navigate to the channels panel, and down to the channels panel, you can see that we have car selection right here. Just right click on the car selection and then navigate down to load to pixel selection. Now you can see that our pixel selection has been loaded and it has selected the blue areas of the car which I made prior to the making of the video. However, you can see that we have an error right here in this portion right here, and we do not want this particular portion, as you can see here, as part of the selection. So in order to remove it from the part of a selection, all we can do is select the quick selection tool. Make sure that you are currently in the subtract mode right here, and after you are in the subtract mode, simply click on the area that we don't want as part of the selection, and now you can see that our selection has been subtracted and this part or portion of the car has been opted out as part of the selection. So we have made our selection, and we are making this selection prior to applying the hue saturation adjustment layer, because the color blue is not only being applied to the color of the car, but the color blue is also present in the white snow around the environment of the car. So if we apply or change the color from blue to any other color, the color of the snow around the environment will also be affected. So this is the reason why we are making the selection prior to applying the hue saturation adjustment. Now the next step is to add a hue saturation adjustment, and to add this adjustment, navigate to the layers panel right here. After navigating to the layers panel, navigate below to the adjustment icon right here. Click on the adjustment icon. After clicking on the adjustment icon, you can see that we have different adjustment provided by Affinity right here. However, for changing the color of the car, we'll be selecting HSL Adjustment. So click on the HSL Adjustment, and now you can see that we have HSL box appeared right here. So in this HSL box, you can see there are different settings, and the HSL adjustment layer is equivalent to hue saturation adjustment layer that we often find in Photoshop. Now, to apply or change the color of the car to any other color, first of all, let's crank the hue and saturation slider all the way to the right to see where the colors are being applied and how the colors are being applied. And now you can see that the color red is being applied all over the car. Now the next thing that we can also check is in which color or what color is being selected. That must be changed. So if you look into this color options right here, you might notice that the color blue has been selected, which indicates that the color blue is selected by the hue saturation adjustment right now. And now the next thing is we need to tweak and modify or make some adjustment in this particular ring right here. Now if you look here at the ring, the outside color of the ring indicates which color is being applied, and the inside color of the ring indicates at what color the color is being applied to. So the color blue here, where I have pointed with my mouse cursor, indicates the color where the color is being changed, and the red color at the outside ring indicates which color is being applied to at the color that we want to change. So I think you have understood the concept of the ring. It's really simple. So we can adjust this slider or the points right here to indicate at which portion of the area selected we can apply the new color or change the new color to. So we can simply adjust the points. First of all, let's bring in the outer points close like so. And now you can see that the selection is slowly being removed from these below areas where the color is being changed to green, and the color is only changed in this particular portion where we can see the reds. Now let's adjust our selection from these points like so. We can increase, and now you can see that the reds is being gradually increased in the outer portion of the selection like so. Simply click and adjust it like so. After we are satisfied with the selection, now the outer point indicates the transition or the smoothness of the color which we have applied through HSL box. So simply click on the outer point and simply adjust it like so to make the transition of the color smooth. So simply click and drag to make the transition of the color smooth like so. And now you can see that the red has been naturally applied to the color of the car that we can see inside the selection. Now after we are satisfied with the color change, let's close down the HSL box by clicking on the close icon right here. And now let's deselect our selection by holding down the command key and pressing the D key if you are using the Mac, and control key and D key if you are using the Windows. Now you can see a new HSL Shift Adjustment Layer has been created at the Layers panel. Furthermore, we can also make changes to the color to any other colors that we want to change by clicking and dragging the slider like so. We can change it to other colors from blue. We can make it orange or any other colors. Let's adjust the saturation as well to make it more natural. And now you can see that our color is looking more and more natural after we have adjusted the saturation like so. Now I'm satisfied with this color, so I'll close down the HSL box and I'll zoom out and fit the windows by holding down the command key and pressing the 0 key like this. So if you find this video helpful, please like the video, and to get more tips and tricks about Affinity in the future, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.